Hello everybody, and welcome back to World of Final Fantasy.
Well,
it's time for even
right
more
now,
intervention quests, because that's what this game is
will
now.
you touch?
This is just intervention quests, the game. I think it's Howin and Quistis journey to the abandoned ruins of the Grimoire Ninewood Hills. Spent a short spell speaking of times long past, but are interrupted by an enraged Bahamut.
So it's been that long.
None of us know exactly how long it's been. But it's estimated the giants who lived here must have disappeared about 100 years ago.
A century. Huh. It's a little hard to imagine.
Well, why don't we head back to the airship and... What the...
Was there something I could help you with, Bahamut? Oh. Or should I call you Tia Babalo?
You dare speak my true name before a stranger? Have you lost your mind?
What is going on?
It's been a century, you said? Been quite a while. But I used to know old Bahamut here.
You know the Dyad servant?
A servant? Me?
Oh, sorry. She means that you once served Lon and Rain.
Ah, yes. Who can forget those two?
What? Lon and Rain are the demon Dyad?
The heralds, probably Seguaridus, must have concocted the name to spice up their crimson prophecy. But there's a basis to it. The original Azure prophecy mentions demons too. Did Lon and Rain know? Could they have read it?
Rain always was an avid reader.
Yes, she was. Except, acting out prophecies sounds like Lon.
You know, you're kind of taking all the wonder out of my childhood here.
One thing I know. No one would have started calling them the Demon Dyad or whatever if you hadn't been there, acting like demons and wreaking havoc against their will.
You can blame the heralds for that. I don't care how long I was sealed away. How dare Brandilus name his army Bahamut and declare himself king of this world? I'll kill him! Tell me where he is right this instant!
Is that the reason you're here? Listen, I've observed Brandilus up close for a century, and... Tia Babalo, face it, you don't stand the slightest chance against him.
What was that?
The X9 Knights. I trust you've heard of them.
They're a fusion of three things. An esper like me, a human, and lastly a god from the extraverse. Correct?
Gods from the extraverse? Espers? What are those?
Well, the Azure prophecy makes mention of them both. Essentially, it says, "From oblivion, light and dark were born. Light begat beings called espers. Dark begat monsters, and humans who sought the light. In the extraverse, the world that surrounds ours, live gods that feed solely on death and destruction. Gods that are beings and non-beings, and will not heed reason. One world found a tear in the fabric, and exploited it to confine espers inside their human bodies. However, this tear left them open to the extraverse and its cruel gods."
So then does that mean the heralds are those exact same gods?
I can't say anything with real certainty yet. In the end, the prophecy is just words, so the best we can do is venture a guess at what it means. In fact, it's because this first section was so ambiguous, it was omitted from copies. Only direct descendants know it.
Then... that would make you...
Yes, that's right. The first summoner's descendant. Oh, and probably the last giant summoner, I would imagine. Although, it seems that some of you have picked up the art of summoning in our place. You'll keep it alive.
Enough! Get to the point! Are you saying that Brandalus has become an X9 Knight?
Yes, that's right. A being who, just like in the prophecy, has crossed dimensions. In a way, what else can you call him but a god? He's completely different from the Brandalus that you think you know. You can't beat him. You can't even touch him.
This cannot be! What you say is impossible! It doesn't matter what Brandalus is like now! He's not me! I'm the true king! The Bahamut King! Tia Babalu the Great!
Great. I see your temper's as short as ever.
Why are we fighting?
Well, that was quite something.
What the?
So the demon diehard thing, that was talking about us, huh?
Yeah, I kind of figured as much by now, to be honest.
Oh, Rain. Do I have to remember my past if it's this much of a train wreck?
Well, hang on. From what Wynn was saying, weren't most of our crimes against humanity caused by these troublemakers?
Why don't you ask me? What are you two doing here?
Would you quit it? You really need a lesson in anger management.
I need what?
Oh, also, you should forget about messing with the heralds. It's true, you can't win.
Then I shall just have to slaughter you in order to prove just how wrong you are.
Really? You're gonna slaughter us, huh?
This is it!
Okay, we can't imprison him. He's very, very weak to light, resistant to everything else. Interesting. I guess we'll hit him with Flare. Ouch, Charlie. Oh wait, he's an extra large. What health does he have? Oh. This is gonna take forever. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be a fun time. That kind of hurt. Rather you didn't. Go ahead and defend just because he's about to attack. Not that he attacked you anyway. He's immune to death, isn't he? Yeah, he is. That figures. So this is just gonna take forever. Oh man. These ones are not fun. This is not bad. Well, I mean, it's not terrible. I was thinking about using a champion, but they're not really going to do that much damage, in all honesty. What is 5? What are you doing at 5? What are you planning to do? That's insane. I would like to know how concerned I need to be right now. feel like that wasn't worth it. I feel like that just doesn't work in general. Is he going to keep hitting us? Or can I just, like, do that and then be good? Good. Yeah. So, he's gonna do something. When the countdown reaches its end. And whatever it is, I assume I should be defending for it. Okay, there's two. I guess we'll just keep defending. So then we can heal after he does whatever he's about to do. There it is. That didn't even do that much. It's just scaring me for no reason, clearly. I guess we'll follow up the flare. Two flares specifically. I mean, we're kind of making progress. Not that much, though. I suppose it would probably help a bunch if we had powerful light magic on both of these units. Which I suppose technically I could put on them. I wonder if it's worth resetting. Just so we'd have Banshira on the both of them. Let's not. Ouch, Charlie. Why you gotta be like that? This is gonna take like 6 million years. For real. Oh my goodness. Why did they have to do this? Why did they do this to us in the first place? Where is Kira? Oh my god. Oh man. I kinda wanna just cut out to after it's dead. Because I feel like this is just going to take so long. Just has so much health. I don't get the impression that we're gonna end up doing like way more damage at some point either. Oh, he's doing this again, huh? Why did you miss? I didn't give you permission to miss. Yeah. Oh, you're down to 3. It's very exciting and stuff. It's not really exciting. Oh, I might have screwed that up a little bit here. No, okay. Even then, doesn't really do that much damage. And there's really no reason to be overly concerned. I'm actually more threatened by that random attack he does. Because it just hits harder. Is he gonna drop? He just drops an elixir. I mean, we could try hitting Sephiroth and see how much damage it does. Though I don't really expect it to do that much. Yeah, you know what? We have seen all of his animations and whatnots. I will come back when he's dead. Because this is just going to take forever. So yeah, we'll be back in a second. Alright everybody, welcome back. As you can see, he is very close to dead. I did end up deciding to reset and go buy Benshira. Just because it costs 5, and you can see how much damage it's doing. It's doing more than what Claire was doing. It's just, I don't need to use strength. It's just much more cost effective. And it just makes this way faster. It's like, I wouldn't have had any trouble killing him with the other setup. That was not going to be a problem. But it would have taken way, way longer. It would have taken twice as long just purely because I would need twice as much AP to do the same amount of damage. It was just... it wasn't worth.
This can't be. When did you ever gain such strength?
Just a guess, but we must be more powerful than before. This is like our second go at this, right?
Hey, Tia Babelo? You know, we're planning to fight Brandalus. If you come with us, you can have a shot at him.
Now that I've lost, I have no right to refuse. I'm yours!
Did we actually defeat him? A dyad servant?
No.
Huh? Oh. How about that? Lon and Rain have just taken their servant back.
What? Lon and Rain are here? How is that?
I don't know. But that's a good question for when I see them.
Obtained a Bahamut Star Prismarium. One of the Pleiades 7. Self-proclaimed king of pretty much whatever he feels like. Has a bit of an anger management problem, so be sure to take a few steps back when his temper mega flares. Sui generis, this unique soul belongs to Bahamut from the main story. I kinda do want to take him with us. I guess if I was gonna ditch something, it'd probably be Edward. Bye, Edward. At least until I need you for something of relevance. Obtained Girl's Diary Entry 7. I'm curious to know if there is a non-star Bahamut. He just gets Flare as a normal attack. It's kind of interesting. That's useful. Ooh, and he has a flare mirror jewel. It's also interesting. Oh. Oh, so he was supposed to do more damage as we kept hurting him, but it didn't really... It never really did that much damage. It never did more than like 2k. It was not threatening at all. Honestly, Touchdown, I think it was, is like way more scary, but then even then it just kind of does the same amount of damage, but they don't let you defend against it. Really, he wasn't very threatening at all. But he's kind of neat looking, so I'll let him level up in the background, and maybe if I feel like using an extra large at some point, I'll actually pull him out. Okay. Vivi gained some levels there, it seems. So I would like to go by Thundaga real quick here. Okay, now we have Thundaga again. I took Thundera off of Saki to give her Banshira, but then we didn't have Thundaga anymore, because the only reason we had Thundaga was because Vivi had Thundera, and then Saki had Thundera, and Lon had Thundaga, which gave us a total of 8 points. So when we took it off, we only had 6. But yeah, now that we just have 2 units with Thundaga, everything's fine. Now that we actually have access to the Ga spells, as in the Ga seeds, we could probably increase our diversity a good bit more, because right now, let's see, he has Blizzara and Fyra equipped onto him, which must mean, well, I know that let me see. Actually, there's no reason. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you have Blizzara on you right now, but we could ditch Blizzara on you and replace the Blizzara on him with Blizzaga. Or we could take the Blizzaga gem from Rain and just put Blizzaga on one of the others, on her side. Or well, really, we might not even need to. I don't know. Point is, once we have a whole bunch more money, because the Ga spells are very, very expensive, we can kind of just do whatever we want. Either way, if we work under the assumption that the rest of these going to be really long. This should now be around 25 minutes long, I think. So we're going to go ahead and end this one here. And in the next episode, hopefully we won't fight something that has quite so much HP that it takes so long to kill it. Like, it wasn't challenging as a boss fight. So, like, it wasn't interesting. So it was really just tedious. And I'm not really a big fan of just making things tedious. But, you know, it wasn't that bad once I went and got Banshira. Probably wouldn't have been all that bad if he wasn't resistant to everything but light. And maybe we would have been able to do a little bit more damage in that fashion. Who knows though? Either way, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.